Welcome back to Surrey Supernatural. My name is Graham, and if you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe, as it really helps the channel out. Today I will tell you about the Pollock Sisters. It was May 1957 in Hexham in Newcastle upon Tyne in England. Two sisters, 11-year-old Joanna Pollock and 6-year-old Jacqueline Pollock, was walking to church with her friend 9-year-old Anthony when they were struck by an erratic driver. Both girls were killed instantly by the car, while Anthony unfortunately lost his life on the way to the hospital. It was later discovered that the driver was under the influence of a couple of drugs and intentionally drove at the 3 children, as she had recently been forced to separate from her own children. The incident hit all the headlines around Britain, causing outrage, and the driver was then sent to a psychiatric hospital to receive treatment. After the incident, the parents, John and Florence Pollock, were understandably devastated at the loss of their 2 daughters. Later, Florence fell pregnant, and John became convinced that Joanna and Jacqueline would become reborn as twins. The parents were, however, devout Catholics and argued over the idea of reincarnation. Florence rejected John's beliefs, and it was later reported that it put their marriage under threat, with Florence even toying with the idea of divorce. There was no history of twins being born into either of the parents' families before. Even the doctor only predicted one baby, as he only heard one heartbeat during the period of Florence's pregnancy, so the chance of twins were very low. On the 4th of October in 1958, Florence gave birth to twin girls, which they called Gillian and Jennifer. The girls were identical, apart from one had birthmarks, which was considered very unusual. Out of the twins, it was Jennifer which had the birthmarks, one on her left hip, which Jacqueline had when she was alive, and one on the forehead, which matched the scar that Jacqueline had on her head. When the twins were 3 months old, the family moved to Whitley Bay, but as the girls got older, they seemed to remember Hexham. What was amazing was that they seemed to remember everything in detail, despite not growing up there. And when the girls were around 4, the family decided they would return back to Hexham. When they returned, the twins pointed out landmarks that were of the area, such as the school that Joanna and Jacqueline attended, Hexham Abbey, and a playground that the deceased sisters loved playing in. They also somehow seemed to know the way to the playground without not even going there. The girls even seemed to know their late sister's toys by name, even though Florence had hidden all the toys out of sight. The twins even asked for some toys by the names that the sisters had called them, as if somehow they'd remembered them. The girls even somehow divided toys exactly the same way the sisters had done previously, and said the toys had come from Santa, which was true. Florence and John soon realised that the twins' personalities were very similar to that of her sisters. When they were alive, Joanna was very protective of her younger sister Jacqueline, and in the same way, Gillian, being the oldest of the twins by 10 seconds, seemed to look after Jennifer. It became noticed that the twins also liked the same books and foods that their late sisters had done. For a few years, Florence rejected John's claims that the girls had been reincarnated as the twins. This was until the twins asked about the accident that had killed their sisters. This caused Florence to change her mind. On one occasion, Florence heard the girls playing a game where, much to Florence's shock, they seemed to be recreating the car accident. Gillian cradled Jennifer's head, saying that the blood is coming out of your eyes, that is where the car hit you. On another occasion, Gillian pointed to the birthmark on Jennifer's head and said that's the mark Jacqueline got when she fell onto a bucket. Throughout their younger years, the girls seemed to have a fear of cars and had recurring nightmares about being hit by a car. When a car started up, the girls would become frightened and would grab each other and scream that the car was going to get them. After the age of 5, the girls' memories of their past lives seemed to subside, and they went on to live a perfectly normal life. Gillian remembered playing in a sandpit at home in Wickham. The home that Gillian described was a home that Joanna lived in with her parents when she was 4 years old. The girls attracted a lot of academic attention, including Dr. Ian Stevenson, who was a psychiatrist and researcher at the University of Virginia School of Medicine, who was extremely interested in the idea of reincarnation. Dr. Stevenson interviewed the girls and parents and acknowledged that the behaviour of the twins was very difficult to explain. The case of the Pollock twins remains controversial as a case of reincarnation, with people arguing that the 4 older brothers may have influenced the twins' memories. Also, people have suggested that the whole thing is a big hoax with the parents involved. Florence and John strongly deny this and claim that they never spoke to the twins about the accident until they were older, and that all their memories of the accident were true. Gillian Pollock died in 2002 at the age of 44. Thank you for listening. Do you think the twins were reincarnated? And do you believe in reincarnation? Until next time, stay spooky.